Hi, how are you guys? Vladimir here, and this is the weekly market review and my little forecast for the week to start 20th of August 2017. We are coming to the end of the official summertime. We can see on many of the pairs that the summertime shows its impact. We can see some slow moves, some ranges, and because the summer is coming to the end, I would expect the volumes slowly to start and increase. Maybe not on the coming week, but on the coming weeks for sure. Fundamentally speaking, let's go to the fundamental view and see what will we have this week. So fundamentally, here we are. That's what we have this week. Nothing too much special. Just a speech from Draghi on this Wednesday. Core retail sales in Canada. Second estimate GDP in Britain. That's an important one. And Friday, core durable goods orders in the US, followed by the speech from Mr. Draghi. Now, technically speaking, many pairs are on very important levels, which means we do have to pay attention for action, and very likely this action is going to happen, as I said before, maybe not on the coming week, but on the coming weeks. And it could happen suddenly, because no one really tells us when exactly, right? So we better be prepared for that, and we better have our levels, our setups, and what do we want to see on the market to go and trade it. Make sense? So let's start with the euro dollar. Now, for those of you who do follow my views, let me just change the color here. Okay, so for those of you who do follow my views, you remember my 118 zone, 117, 118 zone. We've been talking about it for a while, and for longer run, if you remember, I said if we break through, according to the monthly cycles, we should get going to 124 area. Now, with the speech of Draghi this week, it could start and happen. But technically, as long as this top holds, we should be looking for sales. And I would be looking for sales all the way until the 38.2 of this cycle here, which is 114. And again, all that as long as the last stop holds. Now, on the 4-hour chart here, what we got? We got here kind of ugly. See that? Sorry. 2, 3, kind of an ugly triple cycle. Now, that could also be turned to be a double, of course, followed by a range. So, from my point of view, as long as we do hold the top, I would be looking in this area here. What did I do? I pressed the wrong button. On this area, I would be looking for sales. How? By going to the 1-hour chart, and you can see we have this trend line going up, right? So once we go below and establish itself below the trend line and hold below the trend line, very, very important to hold below the trend line. For me, it's a sell opportunity. The risk reward should be small. The risk reward should be big, the risk small, the reward big. And I believe that's one to follow. If it just keep climbing and breaks through, remember, we let it go. We might even turn to be bullish for a short period, aiming the 123, 124 zone, from where I expect not a down move, but a serious crash. This move up is not good for the recovery of the European economy. So that's for the euro dollar. Now, if we take a look on the crystal ball, okay, you can see we have this monster area on the daily chart, And technically speaking, see, that was our top here, the last top on the 11th. And 11 is a very serious day for tops, right? So we are very good to start looking for the setup for sales if they come, and then we can actually go and trade them. On the 4-hour chart, this is our levels to trade. So this or this, that's where we would be looking to go for sales. Okay, and until where? This would be number 1, so that would be our first target here, and then the next 2 should be our final target we will be aiming. That's for the euro dollar, which is very interesting one, of course. Now let's discuss about the pound dollar, which is also very interesting. Now, for me, this pair is under bearish correction of this triple cycle. 1, 2, 3, and also here triple. Now it's on critical levels, and anything from 128 to 126 for me starts to be like a buy opportunity. Now I do want to go longs, but for me longs should be only when we start to establish higher highs. Now we did on the 1-hour chart, but that turned to be not enough, so we need to set it on the 4-hour chart because we are looking to join with the weekly cycle, right? So currently this is the false break. We need to go above this high, but not just to go above this high, but go in triple cycle, triple or special cycle, which means, in other words, it has to be like this: 1, 2, 3, and then we will be looking for 1, 2 breakout, and with small risk we will be looking to go and to try and take much more here. Now if we take a look here on the levels, we do have the levels on the daily chart, we do have the levels on the 4-hour chart, and for the longs, that's our targets on the 4-hour chart. Okay, that's our levels to follow up for targets. And for the potential reversal zones to happen, we have one right now here. That's why I say that's why I'm waiting for this to happen, and then looking for the retraces. But if not from here, then this would be our next area for long, the 127.50 approximately, 127, and then down to 126. From these levels, we would expect the scenarios, the bullish scenarios, as we've been talking about for a while. By the way, as per days, okay, take a look where we stand right now. Okay, we started from 15. 15 is a massive day for bottom, 16, 17, 18, all that. And that's why we are fighting these bottoms, because the levels are so strong. Let's continue. Okay, euro pound is another pair we are following here. This pair is an amazing proof for what I always keep saying and saying and saying. Levels by themselves would never be enough. Divergence by itself would never be enough. You need to combine your confirmations, and the more you gain, the safer your trade, and the bigger the chances that you will end up as profitable as possible at this trade. Now think about it this way. You are in the car and you're first one in the row in the line, and the traffic light just turned to be green. Do you immediately press the gas pedal? Well, I hope the answer is no. You first of all most likely are looking left, right. Make sure there are no pedestrians. Make sure there is no some crazy guy from the left, right, or the opposite side crossing the road on the right, on the green light, right? Same here. You got your level. It does not mean that's all, I'm good, I'm gonna trade it. No, that means wait for setups. Now, why do I say that? Because we have been talking about this pair for a while, and we said we need 2 false breaks because we go against the weekly cycle currently. and convergence. There was not even one convergence in all these periods. There were false breaks, but not even one convergence. Which means, in very simple trading words, there is no setup currently. This is the low that should be broken. So if we get it in 1, 2, 3, from here we would expect 2 waves correction and then a sell. As long as that did not happen, rallies remain on. Very simple. How long the rallies can continue? We have amazingly powerful levels around the 094 zone. It could be 094 up to even 096, but it's around the 094 area, which means it can what's that? Which means I don't want 10 lots now during weekend. Where was I? Oh, which means the pair can climb a bit higher, get us to the extreme levels. Now the most amazing thing here is that would be duplication area. You see that, guys? See that? That's if we reach there, boy oh boy, get ready for some massive action. So, oh, sorry, my microphone moved. Sorry for the noise. So basically, once again, the levels are amazing, but there is no setup because we are going against the weekly chart. We must have convergence. What convergence represents? Lower lows, lower highs. That's the minimum we can expect from the market to give us, right? And why? Because think about it. It's second time hitting the microphone. My big hands. So I'll move back a bit. Two big hands, right? It's climbing so powerful, so strong. Why would we go against the weekly chart if there are no lower lows to represent kind of bearish momentum? Think about it. Right? It doesn't make sense. And that's why I say levels alone, not enough. You need to get yourself a setup. If there is no setup, why? Do you want to try to be smarter than Mr. Market? You probably have the idea how it's going to end, right? We never try to be smarter than Mr. Market. There is a great saying, if you cannot beat them, join them. Same with the market. We cannot beat it. Don't even try. You want to try? Good luck. Just keep in mind that almost everyone who tries fails. So better save your time by trying to beat the market. Read the market is much smarter thing to do. And read the market means understand where you stand with the weekly direction or against. If you go against, like currently here, you must get to false breaks, representing the end of the bullish forces end. And lower lows to represent the convergence, which means that's the time the chart goes and switches and follow one by one the price, okay, and the indicators. So when it goes hand by hand, that's our time to start looking for sales. So it was one good speech, one big speech, wasn't it? So in other words, we need 2, 3, currently here and then here. We need to go below in 3 ways, of course. Retrace, and we are after sales. As long as it didn't happen, we might climb towards the 094 area. Next one, New Zealandian dollar. Looking to sell for second leg as long as this top holds. We might get it like a range here. So something like that. and then sells. But I would prefer to get this scenario here, and from this area look for sells. Now let's put some trading actions, trading zones here. This one is really important. Okay, that's our 4-hour chart. So this would be the best zone to look for sells from. Okay, and for the short term, well, we do have the daily, it's not really there. And for short term, that's our action zone number 1, and action zone number 2 is slightly higher. Okay, well, that's for the short view. Now let me quickly explain why short at all. Mainly for one reason: we got 2 waves up. By ideal, we should get 2 waves down, where from it will be a decision later on if we are for rallies or for crash. And that's why I would be looking to sell the rallies. Aussie dollar, basically same story now. It's making the 2 waves we were looking at. By ideal, to reach this area, where from I would expect second leg down. And if we put some actions zones here, we have one here. Currently, we have one slightly higher. 4-hour chart, that's our levels to look for the reversals. Now, if we just keep breaking through and holding the bullish direction, the next area to look for the buy profits would be all the way here, guys. That's our levels. If the bearish momentum does not come as we want, the bullish targets will be here. Okay. Oh, well, Aussie Kiwi, sorry, I still don't have the read there. Okay, let's continue. Euro Yen, well, this one is very, very interesting. And it looks very good. 2 waves here, 2 waves here, bouncing from the 20 MA. I would be looking for sells. As long as the daily top holds, as long as this top holds, for me every rally is a sell. Let's take a look on the action zones for the Euro Yen. Okay, well, they are pretty far, so it neither holds here, and from here we expect sells towards the next level, or if it climbs, that's our next zone to look for the sells. All that is relevant as long as the daily top here holds. Until then, I will be remaining for a sell view. Pound yen, I was looking 2 weeks ago for buy setups here, could not get one. There were no false breaks followed by convergences on the 4-hour chart. Therefore, no action yet. Which means, well, my read was very bullish here. I still want only for buys. I clearly missed the sells, unfortunately. Did not see that coming, so I missed that. But miss better than loss, right? And there is a good chance here that this is what's happening. And then 136, 134 or so would be the levels for buys. So currently, no false breaks to the upside, no convergences, we remain sells. And our levels, the trading levels here, would be all these areas. All that is relevant as long as we don't create the higher highs, because if we start to create higher highs on the 4-hour chart, means convergence happen and bulls might return for the short term. Let's continue on the next one. Dollar franc, well, this one is a mystery because I would expect this one to fly, and on the same time it doesn't. So the way I suspect maybe this one will keep behaving at what did they do? What would be this? as long as it does hold the range. On the bottoms, we might be looking for the buy setups. Break below, and we are aiming on the daily range, this. Okay, so I still look for buys as long as this low holds, and the lower we go, the better the buy should be. Now let's take a look on the levels, and here we are. We have a great level right here, and the next one right here on the bottom of the daily chart. And I would be looking to trade long from here, or for those of you who want aggressive, look for sales from the tops. Where was my next one? No, Aussie franc I don't have, to be honest. Read cut franc. I don't have it on the list, but I remember I was looking at that one. Yes, the triple cycle up. What did not reach the correction of the 50% yet, and that's where it becomes very interesting, because take a look. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ba-dam! So for me, it sells as long as this top holds. And here we are, guys. Action zones. 1, 2. So I would expect to see down moves from the action zones as long as this top holds. Very important. It looks good. Very, very good. Final destination target is for the triple cycle of the daily of the 50%. That's the final one. Okay. Of course, meanwhile, on the steps and the bottom action zones, we can partially close. Now dollar yen. Well, dollar yen is a bit of mystery because it's still in the range, still has this kind of bullish divergence here. I wouldn't deal with that. Last week, I was looking exactly for that. Triple up, double down, and correction. But take a look where this double down happened, with new low. Another proof that we can wish to see something, but by the patience, we would avoid a potential loss, because if we would just attack a level, we would lose here. But if we wait for the right setup, triple up, double down, and then break out of the trend line, here is what happened. The double down created new low. For long run, I'm bearish, but I don't have a read here. I don't know what to say. I would say dollar yen as it is most likely not the best one to trade. Very simple. Dollar CAD, I don't really have a read currently. Actually, I do. Why not? I do. It does what I wanted, so of course I do. That's a special cycle here, guys, and that's the double cycle down now. So if we break above the trend line, we might be looking to start and get a buys for the second leg up, so something like that. 1, 2, 3. Now, if the trendline breakout doesn't happen, this is our last low to watch. Break below this low and our setup invalidates. And for dollar CAD, some action zones for us. 1, 2, right? And on the 1 hour chart, we got currently 1 here. So our action zones would be here and here. That's dollar CAD. That's the levels we would be looking to go for sell opportunities. Don't just attack the level. Wait for the setup. Level, bounce, candle pattern, bearish divergence, trendline breakout, false breaks. Too many variations. What sign you can get on the level you are looking at. But don't just attack a level. It's a mistake. Next one. Well, gold and silver. Now take a look what happened with gold. That's a massive story. It kissed the 1300, and look how it finished on Friday. A massive inverted hammer. So we are still on the top of the range, and from my point of view, that's what I want to say. So currently we have one false break here. This should be the second one. Break below this low can make us look to sell retraces currently, and there is no alternative right now, and from there we would be looking for the buys. Now for the action zones, that's where we would expect the short-term retraces to the upside. We might be looking for the short-term buys here on these zones, and for sells, after we create that's the levels, create the convergence, of course, right? That would be our levels to go and look for sells. Now for those of you who are aggressive traders, such inverted hammer is a very powerful candle with a bearish divergence, with a Bollinger Band half 50%. It's like move to move with 50%. Second false break looks good. Versus the last stop, you can be looking for the short-term sales. Silver, same story basically. I would expect this one to correct, give me this opportunity to enjoy this range movement, and after that, of course, looking for buys. So in the short term, as long as the top holds, we might be looking for possible sell opportunities. Do not attack blindly. Indices, you remember my view from the previous week. We said as long as with these top holds, look to sell the rallies. It paid off. For those of you who are short, enjoy. Let it go. Make it risk-free and let it run. And the final one, oil. You remember my view, guys. Just a reminder, bullish hidden divergence here, trend line. And we are looking only for buys. We got the false break, we got the breakout. From my point of view, every time, as long as this low holds, every pullback should be just a buy. I believe this one is going to 52. Where is my magnet? Yes, 52. This magnet. Okay. So for me, it remains bullish as long as the bottom holds. That's all, friends. We have, oh no, sorry, Euro versus the Aussie. Another interesting one. For long run I'm bullish, but short term we have a magnet and we have a bounce, which makes it pretty sexy. That's the daily cycles and false breaks on the 1 hour chart. We got the convergential principle, looks really good. And we are looking for sells here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or a range. So we are after sells, and the action zones for sells are here. Okay, that's the 1 hour chart action zones. That's the 4 hour chart action zones. Basically, pretty much the same. So from these levels, I would be looking for the possible setups for potential sells, as long as the top holds, of course. Targets, the next action zones we have on the 4 hour chart. So that's all, my friends. We have much more opportunities as a potential, like pound cat, for example, which broke the level, but there is nothing clear yet, so better not to deal with that. And some others, we will be analyzing that on the daily basis. And now I want to get the chance and talk a bit about my Traders Academy Club. So this week I opened the doors to my new face or renew trading club, and I call it the Traders Academy Club. The name hints for what's inside. This would be fully education dedicated site, which means that's one place where I put all my knowledge live on daily basis for you. How? We will have our live trading rooms twice per day, one with myself, one with any trader of my team, or guest speakers. Well, not not too many traders on my team speak fluent English, but our goal here is very, very simple. I would be showing on daily basis how I choose my trading directions, why, and how I add instruments to follow, and how I remove instruments from the follow list. On the second on this live trading room, we will be making setups. What should happen in order we trade. At the end of the session, you get a trading report, summary of our directions. On that pair we are short, on that pair we are long, on that pair we are doing nothing, on that pair we are both short and long, short and long term. The second live trading room part is for my trading systems usage. We're gonna show how correctly use the SRS, the Triple B, the Crystal Ball, the Libra Code, the Gemini, divergence trading, and so on. Cycles. My goal here is very, very simple. The price is ridiculously slow, and you can have a look here. It's tradersacademyclub.com. You'll be surprised by the price. It's ridiculously low for one reason. This club is fully educational, which means if I make you become profitable, this club will become very profitable. Not by the payments for the club, but basically by the opportunities you guys gain. The most successful traders from the club would be directed to the market, would be given a chance to trade a real hedge fund money. As partnership, I don't run a hedge fund, so I do partnerships, and as part of the partnerships I do, hedge fund houses are looking for the good guys, and I want to build you up as the next generation traders. So I give all myself here almost for free, ridiculously low price, just to cover the costs. I'm not looking to earn even a penny here. I don't need it. Thanks God I don't need it. And I'm going to give all myself, me and my team. We are going to explain each system of ourselves, how we enter, why we enter, why we don't enter on daily basis, all the trades we took and did not take, and why. I want you to start trading correct. I want you to start trading clear, clean, well, disciplined. And this is my platform for it. The best guys will be directed to the real market trading, would be gained the chance to trade hedge fund houses money, private investors money. And this is basically the Traders Academy Club. You get the access here to something that, and I'm pretty sure by saying that, something that is never was seen, most likely would never be seen online. When I told my colleagues what I'm going to do, they say, Vlad, are you crazy? do that for such a low price? Are you crazy? Said, again, knocking the wood, I don't need the money. I don't need people to pay me anymore. And I don't want people to pay me anymore. We also have partnerships with brokers, which means you can open sponsored trading account by the brokers we partnership with, get full 1 year access to my club, and get any of the strategies I have. You choose one of the strategies I have: SRS, Triple B, Crystal Ball, Divergence University, Cycle Trading, a Trader Sensation, and you choose with what strategy you want to join my club and us to teach you to trade. And you get it for completely free, sponsored by the brokers as a part of our partnerships. So my dear friend, Traders Academy Club is about to be launched this Monday. We officially start our journey. I invite you to get your spot, to take place, and start trading correct, disciplined, profitable. You should not trade alone. And this is where our power as a team comes inside. I invite you to take place, scroll down, read everything you have here, read what people say about the club, and join the best trading journey probably ever was in the online educational part of the forex market. Traders Academy Club, that's the name. You can see it on the side. Just scroll down here and you will see and you will read everything, what it is about and what do you get. If you have any questions, please contact the support team. Leave a message on my blog, Vladimir Ribakov, for a consultation, and my expert team would call you and consult you. What is the best for you? And I'll see you inside. As I said, my goal was and always will remain, make my community profitable. If you guys become traders, my goal and my dream came true. And that's why I'm working very, very hard for on daily basis. So I'll see you inside. Thank you very much for giving me the chance to explain and for your time dedicated during the weekend. I really appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope to see you inside. If you did enjoy the video, please click the like button below, leave your feedback, leave your comment. It gives me the motivation to keep working hard for you and provide you with the great materials. So thank you once again for your time, and I'll see you inside. I wish you a wonderful week.